We are assembled here today to pay tribute to Sergeant John B. Trotter, who served in the United States Army. He fought in defense of our country and preservation of our way of life. This man is worthy of far greater recognition than mere words or marker. The sacrifice he made and the deeds that he performed shall be written in history and shall remain alive in our memories for generations to come. We express our sincerely our pride and our gratitude for the task that he fulfilled. Before you is the flag of our nation. The flag is a symbol of all that is sacred to us. Look at it closely for a moment. The flag of the United States reflects what we are and what we hope to be. The white stripe symbolizes the purity of purpose of our freedom of thought, expression, and worship. The privileges we guarantee to all who live in our land. They are the rights to defend against all enemies who seek to crush our way of life that you and I cherish. The flag that we see also has the red stripes of courage, our willingness to die if necessary to preserve the American freedoms. Then there is the blue of tranquility, upon which the stars of our states are united to hold intact all that we hold truly. The desire for peace, prosperity, and happiness throughout our nation. We empathize with the interpretation of the flag of the United States, which you see carried so proudly and guarded so carefully. We empathize our tribute to the flag because we are assembled here to honor those who have fought under our sacred symbol of our nation. We have come here to dedicate a roll of honor, naming the men and women of this country who has fought as living strength of our flag. They are United States Armed Forces on land, sea, and air. Some of them did not return. They are the honored dead whose resting places are found in many foreign lands upon water and ground upon water around the globe. The American defenders of our schools, our troops, our troop school, our shops, and our farms take up weapons against the foe. They left their peacetime pursuit with confidence in their heart and aspirations with assurance on their lips. They are aware of the dangers before them, yet they responded without hesitation to the call of duty. These are the men and women for whom we entrust our fate. They are the ones for whom we pray for here at home to make their efforts victorious, so they might return home and live among us in lasting peace and security. The veterans of foreign wars look upon these men and women as honored comrades. Within our organization are men and women who have served under this flag of the United States overseas in many wars to preserve the American freedoms. The honor we symbolize here expresses the appreciation of the VFW men and women and for all the comrades in arms. Fighting under the flag of this nation is a privileged duty from every able-bodied American, and the veterans of foreign wars in the United States will always honor those who go forth and defend our nation. These are true guardians of freedom, justice, and equality. I'd like to take this time and present this plaque to the family of Sergeant John B. Trotter. Junior Vice Commander Joe, will you read and present the plaque?
Says Sergeant John Byron Trotter, October 6th, 1979, November 9th, 2004. Sergeant John B. Trotter was killed in action on November 9th, 2004 during combat operations when his platoon came under heavy enemy fire while on patrol in our Ramadi, Iraq. Sergeant Trotter sacrificed his life for his brothers of 3rd Platoon while attempting to maneuver to a rooftop and provide cover fire. For Sergeant Trotter's dedication and patriotism to his country and fellow soldiers, VFW Post number 12188 will dedicate their post to honor Sergeant Trotter. From this day forward, VFW Post 12188 will be known as Sergeant John Trotter Memorial VFW Post. We also have President Donald Trump sent a signed picture to present to you as well. White House. This is from President Donald Trump. Melania and I send our greetings to those gathered in Orange Grove, Mississippi to dedicate the Veterans of Foreign War VFW Post 12188 in honor of Sergeant John Byron Trotter of the United States Army. Since 1899, the VFW has helped fulfill our country's most sacred and solemn duty to honor and support American service members, veterans, and military families. Our nation is forever indebted to our men and women in uniform, and we applaud you and the entire VFW for your steadfast support of our country's heroes. Our nation's Gold Star families know all too well the price of freedom. We hope today's dedication brings all who love John solace in knowing that Post 12188 is a tribute to him and all those who lay down their lives in defense of our precious freedoms and cherished liberties. We join a grateful nation in thanking all who served and their family members for their immeasurable sacrifice. May God watch over the men and women of our armed forces, and may He continue to bless the United States of America.
Our State Commander Stephen would like to say a few words. I'm going to turn it over to him.
I tell you, it's a real honor to be here today. It's been a long road setting up this post here. We started a while back. We still got a little bit of work to do, but it's coming too. And you know, it's such an honor to meet you, Mr. Trotter, John's brother here. And I just want to let you know that the entire state of Mississippi, Veterans of Foreign Wars, District 1, are here 100% behind this post, and we want to make John's name synonymous with community service and love to fellow veterans forever. The VFW celebrates 120 years this year, and there's no doubt we'll have another 120 years to go plus, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that this post thrives and that John Trotter's name will be known by the community and by the Veterans of Foreign Wars for here on out. Honor to have you here. This is the first time that I've ever been able to come and visit with a family of the namesake of the post. It's truly a blessing. And I want to thank the members of this post for choosing John as your namesake here. And I know, you know, there's a lot of love I see in the room out for Sergeant Trotter, and I know you're going to do everything you can going on into the future to make sure that his name is not only remembered, but is placed up there among the highest, and that you're going to do him proud. Thanks again for having me.
I'd like to thank everyone that attended the ceremony, the family of Sergeant Trotter who was able to make the trip today, thank you. And the men who served with Sergeant Trotter in Naval Company, the 1st Survival 3rd, 2nd Infantry Division. Thank you for everyone else who's attended today. Thank you. Godspeed.
Can I say a word?
You're more than welcome, Mr. Trotter.
I'd like all the guys who served with John Byron to come up, please. I'm going to tell some stories about, I call him Byron, so I'll say Byron instead of John Byron. You all know who I'm talking about. But, I want to honor these guys. I read something Abraham Lincoln once said, and I'm paraphrasing. He says, it is for us, the living, to carry forward the call, if you will, to liberty for those that we honor today who died in defense of liberty. And many times I've heard this, but it's very, very true. This is the land of the free because of the brave. And these guys up here, they made it back, but they're brave. And I want to give them a round of applause for their service to our country. David, where'd you go? Where's David? I want to thank David because he apparently is the guy who put all this together. And that was not a small undertaking. And then I want to share a little bit about John Byron. And this is a story I've already told, and if y'all will permit me, but I'll tell it again. When John Byron was 8 years old, he went with his mom. He was driving, and he saw a sign that it was one of these "We want you" from the U.S. Army signs. My son Fred reminded me of that today. And he saw that sign. He and Fred had been playing Army in the backyard and built a fort and all this kind of stuff. And he said, "Mama, what do you have to do to join the Army?" And she said, "Well, first of all, you got to graduate from high school." She later said she wished she'd said you got to graduate from college. But you got to graduate from high school, then you have to get a physical, then they give you uniforms and they test you, make sure you can do the job, and then they pay you. And he jumped. He said, "You mean they pay you to be a soldier?" And he thought, you just had to do it for volunteer. But he always wanted to be a soldier. He was a warrior. He was at 9/11. He watched the plane fly into the Pentagon. And he was the first non-Pentagon, he was among the first non-Pentagon personnel that got to the Pentagon after 9/11 airplane. And all they did was pull bodies. They thought they were going to do a rescue mission, but they pulled out the bodies and put them in body bags. And then he got off, or his tour of duty was up 2 months later. He moved to Rhode Island. He married a beautiful young girl, and he and she had my first grandson. But he simply couldn't stay out of the fight. After a while, he re-enlisted to the 503rd because he knew it was going to go. He knew it was going to Iraq, and so he was doing what he wanted to do. And anyway, you guys have no idea how much he would love this place. I mean, this is John Byron's kind of place. Okay, he would just love it. He would be mixing it up with everybody. And so, and I guess with that, that's all I want to say, except God bless you, and God bless Mississippi, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
It's a dark hand.
Especially when it's moving around. There we go. With the rose in his face. Yeah, now you can make noise.
Yeah, from the banner.
Ray Ray, can you do me a favor? Will you carry my first seat?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.